Welcome to the listeners to the NCR Podcast. This gum expired in February 19th, 2017.
Yeah, that entire box is expired, I think.
Yeah, I was about to say, I've never seen you eat in-time gum.
No.
Do you think the expiration date means anything? Does it taste any different?
Yeah, it does. It's not as good.
Oh, really?
Is it?
Yeah, it's like, dude, it like crumbles in your mouth. It doesn't like, it
Yeah.
takes like twice the number of chews to get it to a state of gum. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely not good gum. And it's all like the super sweet gum, too.
Where'd you get it from?
Mark Patterson one day just showed up with a box of
His
expired
his
gum.
sister works for them.
Oh.
Really?
Yep.
Ah.
His sister, I think, or his wife's sister or something.
Oh.
That
Okay,
makes
okay,
sense.
okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
That makes sense. So what's up, dudes?
Nothing. The open's over.
Crazy,
That's
eh?
what's up.
This was like a weird feeling open. Flew by.
It flew by, honestly.
It
Yeah.
will go by quickly.
It's
True.
5 weeks is long. When you think about your first. That's gonna be annoying. Think about the first workout.
Yeah, what is that? Oh. That's so
It's kind of like a wind chime.
yeah.
I'm surprised you picked up on what that was. I just thought it was the fridge.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, something about your first what?
The first workout, like when we were in London for the first workout,
Yeah.
right? Like London feels like a long time ago.
Long time ago.
But that's just the way.
And also, like, didn't feel like the start of the open because we were gone. Like, it just felt, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, it kind of
Mhm.
just, I don't know. I think the fact that I was sick for the first 2 weeks, too, was, like, weird because it didn't really, it's really only felt like 3 weeks
yeah.
for me. But, yeah,
it flew
crazy.
by, man. Just like
Yeah,
that.
It
And
did go
then
by pretty quick.
there's one in October again, which is pretty cool.
yeah, that's crazy.
It was insane, man. We had a lot of people participate at NCR.
What was the
It
total number?
A world record
A world record
World
for
record.
NCR.
for NCR.
167, I think. Was that it, Pete?
Yeah, I think maybe. I think
Was-
it was that. If it wasn't that, it was like 170.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for
The
us,
most ever.
that's the most ever.
Yeah, that's a lot of people, man.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, that's fun.
And like I think what we noticed too is people really enjoyed the Friday nights,
I
right?
really liked Friday. Yeah.
You guys didn't have that before?
Well, we always did, but it wasn't as big a deal as it seemed to be this year.
Yeah. So I think next year it's gonna be like we're gonna put more emphasis on our Friday night lights.
Last year it was just like everyone came on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
It was always Saturday was a huge thing.
Yeah.
This year Saturday was just more casual.
Do you think it's because people plan on redoing?
Maybe.
Because I mean that's why we do it on Friday.
Yeah, maybe.
More
Have
people
2 day
plan
Quite
on redoing.
possible. It's quite
Nobody redid 19.5.
No.
Yeah, no.
That'd be very hard to redo.
That's so funny.
Usually Mondays are extremely busy at
I
night.
know.
People redoing during the class and everything.
Yeah.
This week it was dead quiet.
Yeah.
The only people that did
Nobody
it
was
were
there.
the ones who were doing it for the first time.
Yeah. Yeah, I did it yesterday for the first time, but
Yeah.
I was like one of the only ones that I saw doing it.
Yeah, no one really wanted to redo that bloodbath.
Let's talk about the programming.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? How'd it go?
The programming of the Open?
Yeah. You like it?
Yeah, like I never have a huge problem with the programming. Like yeah, you're going to be able to pick out tons of different things.
Yeah,
Like,
we'd be able to dissect every single workout for sure, but that's always based on how it was performed, right? Like how people's scores came out.
yeah.
For example, like the first one, like you see the first workout and how tight everything was,
Mm-hmm.
and it was the workout that had the most reps. So like
Also the only AMRAP.
only AMRAP. Yeah, you're right.
That was kind of weird.
Oh yeah, that is weird. I never
Yeah.
realized that.
It was all for
Oh,
time.
jeez.
Yeah, every
That's-
workout was. Oh man, every workout was a battle to finish.
Yeah.
Except for the last one had a long time cap. Like
But-
for the elite, I mean, like
Yeah, okay.
But
I was going
like-
to say, for regular people, I feel like every workout was tough to finish. Most of them were
yeah,
Mhm.
incomprehensible to finish.
Most of them
Yeah.
were,
Last one was
most
like,
of them became AMRAPs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
most people, yeah.
which is good because I think that's what a time cap is there to do.
Right.
Right, a time
Yeah.
cap is not necessarily there to just put you out of your misery if it gets too out of hand. It's just
Yeah.
to make sure people hit the workout as prescribed. Not
Yeah.
but for the stimulus.
What's really interesting is what you just said. The first workout, like the AMRAP, it was really tight, and but most of the time you'd see a 4-time workout also be very tight
Mm-hmm.
because of just the times. It'll be like seconds between people, and they'll get But but 19.5, there was such a huge range amongst the top.
Massive range.
Huge.
Yeah.
The
Like
fact
there's
that
like a 2-minute gap between all like the top 100 guys.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like or maybe even a little more. Like it's
Mhm.
crazy.
And between first and second, there was like almost a minute.
I mean, yeah, it's crazy.
Like,
Yeah.
That's insane.
Like you'll never. never
Like
usually
30
see
seconds,
that.
but still, yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
And
Well,
the fact,
I think that just goes to show the workout. That speaks to the workout. I think
Yeah.
the workout is
Oh,
harder
exactly,
for
yeah.
sure. Like the more separation you can get, the better the workout is. I think.
yeah, well, that's what I said to you yesterday back here after I finished the workout. I'm like, it's crazy to me that we did the exact same amount of work with the exact same weight, the exact same movements, and you took 10 less minutes than I did, or 8 less minutes than I did to do it. The exact
Yeah.
same stuff. You know what I mean? And like, if we stood side by side, like, I mean, you're a little bit bigger than me, but like, we look like comparable humans. Like, it's just, that's all capacity. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
And then take a minute and 14 seconds off my time,
Yeah. And stand you beside Fraser.
and
you
that's
literally
Matt
couldn't-
Fraser's time.
Yeah, and you guys standing beside each other, you could not tell the difference in terms of who would look fitter. Like you
It's
and me,
insane.
you look fitter, but you and him, you look the exact same.
Mhm.
It's just capacity. It's crazy.
Mhm.
So he won the workout by doing it on Thursday night at an announcement.
Yeah,
I don't think that's
crazy.
ever been done.
by
No.
over a minute.
that's like a mic drop and a half right there. That was
it's
cool.
pretty
Well, no, the fastest time after that is like 7:20, I think.
Oh, okay.
7:20 and then 7:20 something.
Actually, yeah, you're right. It wasn't that far away,
Yeah.
and I think it may have even been under 7:10.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think
I didn't see
I think
that.
the second place is actually under 7:10.
Maybe
But
some of the scores
yeah,
came in.
But I find the open programming, like it's just over 5 weeks. Like the games is so awesome because there's 13 workouts, whatever. There's 15 workouts. You can test so many things. It's almost there's such an unlimited amount of time and resources that it's
Mhm.
almost impossible not to have a well-rounded test.
Yeah.
In 5 weeks, you have 5 workouts. It's almost inevitable every single time that there are going to be aspects of fitness that are not being tested. They're going to be missed a little bit. So it's really, you're just relying on essentially like those classic CrossFit style workouts to try and put together multiple elements of fitness in one. But
Yeah.
even just by like the rep schemes and the time domains, certain people are going to be better at or not as good at those workouts.
Yeah.
So you're never going to have, for example, last year the workouts, like last year was a really good open for me. It was my best ever. It really like all those workouts kind of favored my strengths and weaknesses. They favored my strengths. This year, I did well in a couple workouts. Some workouts I did poorly. Like I think I could have improved and done better in other areas, but I think overall this open didn't favor my strengths. So just right there, like is that like my overall fitness went down because now I'm 200 places behind where I was last year? No, I think I actually got overall a little bit fitter. It's just this year was a different test than last year.
Yeah.
And so I think you got to.
There's some definite outlying tests. There's some outliers. I feel like there's more outliers in this year than there was in years past.
That was gonna be my
Like
next question.
19.1 and 19.3 were two like outlier tests.
Yeah.
Like some guys who were completely out of the equation in terms of fitness still did well in those workouts. So like to me that if someone who doesn't even make regionals in the years past like absolutely crushes those workouts, it means that it may not be the best test possible.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
But that's just one single workout, right? Like
yeah, because I mean, like that's definitely happened before too. Like I remember that dumbbell snatch, burpee box jump over workout, the 50 down to 10. That was won by like some random member of Graham Holmberg's gym. Like,
man, I mean George Sterner, who's going to the games this year.
that's who that was.
Yeah.
Oh, was he
He's
a
like
games
super
athlete back then though?
Was that George Sterner?
That?
No, I
No,
think it
you're
was
right.
like
No.
some
Sorry. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. You're right. Some kid who's like ridiculous capacity, just like super weak.
Yeah, like
Yeah, you're right.
But like in those two movements, but I think the idea is usually by week 3 the leaderboard you see the names at the top and whatever, and that's kind of the style. But what along those lines, what stood out to you guys this year in the open? Like what are there standout moments, workouts, movements? results? What really stood out to you this year?
Week 1 stood out as when they announced it, it was just an underwhelming workout.
Yeah,
in
boring
terms
AF.
of what. Yeah, it was just like it was like underwhelming. It's like, you get all this hype, and then all of a sudden it's like 19.1 is a bunch of wall balls and rowing. Okay,
15 minutes, 3,
Yeah.
2, 1, go. Welcome
super
to the
basic.
Open.
Welcome to the Open, which is. That's
Do
just the feeling I had. But it didn't make it hurt any less. Like, it still hurt so bad.
I mean, I think from what I heard in the memes that were going around the internet and stuff like that after that 19.1 announcement, it's interesting you mentioned that, was like all the talk leading up to it was like CrossFit doesn't care about this games anymore, and people were worried about the open programming, and then the most boring open workout ever comes out, and they're like, wow, they really don't care. Like, they're just throwing out the most basic stuff.
Yeah, and then all 4 other workouts were the most complicated
Yeah.
workouts ever.
Yeah.
Like,
True.
like.
I feel, I mean, those are just comments made in like based on what's going on right now in like the CrossFit landscape, because every year you can find a super boring workout. You know what I mean?
Sure,
like
for
it's,
sure. I think it was just funny that it was the first one.
yeah.
Really.
Like
Yeah,
I remember
like, for
waking
sure,
up
it'd
in
be
London
fun.
and seeing that workout
Yeah.
and just being like, the fuck?
Yeah.
Come on. Like I was hoping for something like, I don't know, everyone was like talking about Cindy or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would've been
But
so
that,
fun.
yeah.
That would have been really cool, yeah.
It was
But-
also like the worst possible open workout to have at the beginning of that comp, because the first workout of strength and depth was that workout. It was so boring. It was just like a bunch of athletes with their rowers right beside a wall going
Yeah.
back and forth for 15 minutes.
The only thing that made that interesting probably was the fact that it was an open workout.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like, you would never see that program probably at a competition, because it's just not. There's no movement. It's not sexy.
Yeah.
You can't see who's in the lead. Like,
Yeah.
come-
What a brutal workout to start a competition, though.
You know what? You could do. I mean, it all depends on the layout.
like move
If
the
you have
rower
if
up
you
the
have
field or
unlimited-
something.
No, but if you have like,
If-
I'm thinking at the games.
If the
At,
space
at
from
games,
the
they'd have targets lined up down the lane.
Yeah.
You'd have, it would be a 4-time workout, 10 rounds.
Yeah.
And you'd have 10 targets all the way down your lane with wall balls at every.
Like
and
a
you've got
big
to move
Zeus
your ball.
rig or something.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Like,
True. Like it wouldn't.
there's
Yeah.
ways to make it look cool if
But
you have
be-
unlimited resources.
Because it was the open, like in the space and the.
and you didn't know what the workout was until like right then. So
Yeah.
the strength in depth is just like waiting.
Yeah.
you know?
Exactly. I don't even know how much.
I mean, I'm sure they must have known it
Yeah, because
when they programmed the rest of the workouts.
we kind of had an equipment list, right? Like we had
Oh yeah, that's right.
guidelines for 19.4.
But strength in depth. Did they announce the workout, or did they just?
Yeah, they had it live announcement.
Yeah, they had.
Oh, that's
the
right.
night
They
before.
did. Yeah,
I
yeah.
think
with
most of the
bridges.
live announcements, except for ours,
Ours was the only one that wasn't.
Associated with a sanctional, right? Yeah.
Oh,
That's
seriously?
pretty badass.
Yeah,
That is
they all,
pretty
because
badass.
they all the that's literally what I kept saying, because all the other ones had sanctional money.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
And we just did it.
I think we rocked it.
Yeah.
That's
We'll
pretty
get to that.
sweet.
Yeah, we will.
What else about the open besides our announcement? Because we'll save that for a separate topic. What about the handstand push-ups? How happy were
Oh,
you?
yeah,
They were
it's-
strict without that stupid forearm thing.
The standard
very
was amazing.
happy.
The
Yeah.
standard was so good.
It's it's when you here's the thing about the strict handstand push-up in the open. It's cool and it's necessary, I think.
Mhm.
But in that volume in a row,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it really made it really made
It's for a
that
specialist.
that gap. Yeah, it
Mhm.
really increased the gap. So like if Pete and I were to do a workout, he would be able to stick with me in sets of 5 and 10 in a workout.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but 50 is so different. So it it became who could do, because everyone got to like 30,
Mhm.
I think, at a decent amount of time, and then
Mhm.
it was like the last 20 that were just impossible for
Right.
some people.
Right.
So, and I think that workout, I don't know if, I don't want to say a mistake, but they may have underestimated or overestimated the first part of that workout.
Oh, like thought it was harder than it was?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like, I think for the elite, or for like, not
Mhm.
even the elite, just for anyone, that first part of the workout was too easy.
Mm.
I think.
Do you think the first workout balances the first workout though? Like you're talking about outliers, and those
Yeah.
those are the two outlying workouts.
Yeah.
They're separate outliers.
But they're
you're right.
totally they're the type of person who would win either workout.
Mhm.
I mean, aside from
Yeah.
like someone like Matt Fraser.
Yeah.
would be an opposite body type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
You know?
But I feel like the first one had it was more of a capacity test too. Like, 'cause you could be really tall and a good rower, but if you have no capacity, you wouldn't
That's
do
true.
very well.
Yeah.
I think someone with a very low capacity
Mhm.
could still do very well at 19.3, and we saw that.
Yeah, we did.
We
They
saw
have a bunch of
extremely
people that.
unfit
Guys with
people.
really strong shoulders.
Yeah.
And they just bang out 50 handstand push-ups.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
Like,
And they finish the workout.
yeah. So that workout was literally just 50 handstand push-ups.
Mhm.
You know, so it's like,
Yeah, that stood out.
if the first portion would have been with like 2 dumbbells, you know, or you make it a little longer and you make us come back after the handstand push-ups. You do the handstand push-ups, then you just come back instead of the handstand walk.
Mhm.
I feel like that would have been a little bit of a different test.
Yeah.
I mean, they
Or do it like or some version with 2 rounds and it's like
Yeah.
25 strict or
yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
Then again, I mean, the guys who are writing these workouts, like Dave and I think Glassman was helping him out this year, like they know what they're doing too. They probably knew, you know, and they test these things
Mhm.
obviously. So I don't know. The strict in the open was pretty cool in an affiliate level, I think too. Like we got a lot of
Yeah.
people who got their first strict handstand push-up. I
Yeah.
mean,
Mhm.
you're gonna see that
Mhm.
all the time. What I thought was kind of interesting though is the scale for the handstand push-up,
Yeah.
which
That
is
was
essentially
really
something
interesting.
that we tell people never to do.
It's tricep extensions.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know how I totally agree with you, but you know how in my head I like came to terms with it.
Yeah.
Is the fact that it's a test. And
Yeah,
not,
exactly.
Not training.
Yeah, we're not training. It's a
we're-
test. Yeah,
Exactly.
that's the only thing
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. It's like we compare it to squats all the time. When people say like, "Can I reduce the range of motion in a handstand push-up in a workout?" We'll say like, "Well, if you're not strong enough to squat below parallel a certain weight, are you gonna ask me, can I just squat halfway for this workout and
Yeah.
keep the same weight?"
Exactly.
You know, like to me, that's kind of a
a good
similar
one.
comparison.
Yeah.
So
No,
that's
for
why we're
sure.
like, okay. It's like if someone came up to us in 19.5, like I'm going to keep the same weight on the bar, but I'm just going to squat halfway,
Yeah,
and I'm going
just gonna do push presses.
yeah, and
Mhm.
that'll be my scale.
That'd be me.
Like,
I
yeah.
would do that.
So
But it's definitely it's just a good way to for a test to get people upside down
yeah.
and keep a standard.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause like a pike push up, like how you gonna standardize it?
Yeah.
Where the feet go, all this stuff, like
Yeah.
you know, or
And it's almost like you have to take a look at the handstand push-up and that scale for the handstand push-up, not necessarily as a scale for the handstand push-up, just an entirely different movement.
yeah,
You know,
It's
just
true.
like if you
Yeah.
see it that way, then it's like, okay, fine.
yeah, exactly.
You know,
Mhm.
they're testing it, and that's fine.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Anyway, I know what I'm gonna work on for the next year or the summer, I guess, until October.
Yeah, I was about to
Lots of
say.
handstand
Don't even have a
push-ups.
year. You got a minimal.
I
amount of time.
love that we retested 16.2.
Yeah, that was cool.
I've been wanting to retest that ever since I did it.
Yeah.
Basically, I'm like, should I do this on my own right now, or should I
Mhm.
just wait for it to maybe one day come up in the open?
Yeah.
And it finally came up. It was such a fun workout. I find
Yeah, that was probably the best workout of the open.
really fun.
Very
Yeah.
well programmed,
Mhm.
all around fitness. The fittest guys won that workout,
Mhm.
and I think when the fittest guys in the world end up winning the workout, it's just
It's a good sign.
that's the true test.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's a good sign
Mhm.
when you have like Vellner or Froning, Vellner, and Matt going
Top
like
three.
1, 2,
Yeah.
3
Mhm, mhm.
in like a 16 to 20 minute workout with
Yeah.
heavy weights and gymnastics. Like you've pretty much found who the fittest people on earth is.
Yeah.
With that workout, and it's similar to like that snatch chest to bar workout, which was probably a little bit more of a chest to bar test a couple years ago.
I love that
The
one.
snatch.
Yeah.
Workout was fun.
Snatch chest to bar that
Oh, yeah,
increased in
that's
weight.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
135, 185, 225.
It was just I just love the workout because it forces everyone to have a different game plan.
Mhm.
Like I really feel like there was like 5 or 6 significantly different game plans in that workout.
Mhm.
You know, for like even I just mean like for the elite, you know,
Right.
for like regional guys, not just like, you know, I'm going to do singles and try and get the best try and get the best score possible for me. I just
Yeah.
mean like, you know, like you had a different game plan,
Yeah.
a significantly different game plan than I did.
Yeah.
My 2 game plans that I did when I retested were completely different,
Mhm.
Mhm.
you know, and it's like, it's just, you have to pick a game plan that works to your strengths.
Totally.
Yeah. But I remember that workout, and was that 2016?
Yep.
There's like I remember the moment on like Monday that was just like eating me apart. Like I wanted to redo it so bad.
Yeah, 'cause you just did it once in 2016.
I just did it once, yeah. And like I knew I could finish that workout, but like I kept in mind like whatever, it was like 5th in Canada East. So I'm like, it's fine. Like it's going to qualify me to regionals. I don't need to, kill myself to redo this workout. And then this year the same thing happened again. I didn't finish the workout. So I'm like, screw this. Like, this year I'm redoing this workout. And then
for sure.
tweaked a few things and then crushed my time.
Finished by a minute and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great workout.
Yeah. So now that it's shaken out, 5 weeks are done, you see the leaderboard. What are your thoughts on the open qualification systems based off what you see now, based off who's going to the games? Because we have a pretty clear picture now of who's attending the games this year, because there's only like maybe 6 or 7 sanctionals left, 6 or 7 more people who are going to get invites. Like we know who's going to the games now. What do you guys think?
If you compare it to what we know,
Yeah, exactly.
it sucks.
The only thing you can know, the only thing we can compare is what we know, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you compare it to if this is a new standard and qualifying through the open is the new way to do it, then that's just, you'll have guys who are just going to qualify for the CrossFit Games and
that's only based off the fact that in the open traditionally there's guys that show up or in years past at regionals and do very poorly.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So it's like, again, the open is, or across 5 weeks, you can't test absolutely everything. So you've got guys who, over the course of 5 weeks, do very well because these workouts have worked to their strengths, and then all of a sudden they get tested in a totally different way, and they shit the bed. Obviously, there's guys that are qualifying through the open that are still going to be at the top, and they're
still super fit.
But it all remains to be seen until they go to the games and they actually show up and either do really well or not at all. So we're not going to be able to tell for sure until we see what happens. But
how does the qualification? Because I think there's a little bit of confusion. Like, so if what's like the first, like,
national champions,
okay, so national champions is first, then it's
top 20,
and then it's sanctional.
and then it's sanctional after top 20.
The national champs.
So anybody who qualified from the open, from those two options. That is how they've qualified to the games officially.
So sanctional's backfill, but if a national champ is in the top 20, does the top 20 backfill?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
So there's that line on the leaderboard, a blue line.
Yeah. But
It's like
does
a
that
29
does that
or
back
something.
line include that line includes backfill?
It includes backfill. It moves.
National
That's
champs.
why sometimes it's at 30 and
see.
20.
I didn't know if it
32
did, and then I saw Tim put out that post about being upset that he didn't make it, but he's only 2 spots outside the line. I'm like, dude, I'm pretty sure it's gonna backfill to you.
Yeah.
No.
He's
Yeah.
at the it's
that's
already at the
2 spots out.
28 or something.
Yeah.
That means there's 8 people, guys in the top that are in the top 20 that are national champions.
It's like whoever finished 4th in Dubai is going to the games.
Because all the entire
The
podium.
top 3.
And Noah
no,
Olsen-
Willie George.
and
Oh, but
Noah-
he's national
Noah
champ.
Olsen's going to the games.
No.
Wow. No, he's not.
Who's the podium for Wadapalooza?
No, because
Vellner isn't in the top.
isn't in the top.
But he's
So
national champ. Oh, no.
He's
not
not.
a national champ. JS is.
Oh, yeah, never mind. You're
Yeah.
right. Oh, because I would thought that a couple days ago when he was.
No,
or-
It was close. It was close,
Oh,
but
yeah, that's right.
And to your point, like,
Because the second and third are in the top, aren't they? Because didn't Travis Mayer?
Travis Mayer finished 2nd. I think Noah finished 3rd.
Noah finished
Yeah,
third.
so it would.
So it'd be- yeah.
Yeah.
Vellner had to come to the top.
And
in the
Noah
top.
just released his 19.5 video, and at the end of the video, he said, "This open didn't go my way, but I think I can still qualify if Pat Vellner and Travis Mayer get in the top, and it's looking like they're going to. Fingers crossed." Like he said that in his video, and then
Oh,
Pat's
really?
2 spots out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn it.
The thing is that
Poor guy.
what
Poor guy.
could still happen is a video review.
True.
I would still,
Wait on
because
that.
those points can shift pretty quick. Like a couple reps here and there off, and it can really shift a lot of things. Like Pat could get jumped in front.
Yeah.
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 That's true. Yeah, because I mean, like you have guys like Pat who were moving well and they know what they're doing, but then you have all these guys who aren't
Just
in
Yeah.
athletes,
wild
aren't used to being
cards.
judges.
That's right.
and
Yeah.
Probably their videos might be shoddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's true.
And
Still hope.
Yeah, there's still hope, and there's still
For someone like Noah.
yeah. But I mean, we hope. The hope is that the video review is a little bit more rigorous than years past, maybe.
And they get like maybe all 5 videos.
Yeah.
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 They've said that it's going to be, but who knows what the actual protocol is going to be.
That sucks for a guy like Noah though, because like he's like literally waiting on other people to get his game spot, and like chances are it's probably his last chance, because like he's not the type of athlete that's probably going to win a sanctional. You know?
Yeah, I mean
He's won Wadapalooza.
he
before.
could.
He won Wadapalooza before, but he won Wadapalooza before like a bunch of the top games
there was
athletes
still-
were going.
Yeah, and did, what do you
I think
come at
Noah
the
could
games?
show. I
He's-
think Noah could show up at a sanctional and win.
I
You think so?
Me too.
I think he's fit
100%.
enough. Yeah.
Do you think
he's
even
won
now,
it, he's
been-
gone into the last day at the games being on the podium.
Yeah, he's
Like,
been top 10
potentially
at the
being on
games,
podium,
right?
and
Like,
yeah.
do you think even like, well, what I see now,
I think that's a flaw in their system now.
yeah,
Is how far behind he is, where he's clearly proven years
Right.
and years and years that he deserves to be at the games.
because if it was the regional system, he'd be going to the games again, no problem.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
he'd be going to regionals, finishing top 5, and then. But that's the old system,
Yeah,
right? It's
sure.
like we have to kind of. I have to
Shift the
constantly.
mindset.
Yeah, I'm constantly telling myself to like shift the way I'm looking at things, because if I do look at it the way it used to be, it's frustrating.
Yeah,
But now it's just like it's just
the way it is.
kind of the new. Yeah, it's just the way it is, and you just have to qualify through the open.
Yeah.
Play the numbers.
How much harder do you think the next couple sanctionals are going to be, though, now that a lot of those top guys didn't make it through the open and are now probably going to be going to these sanctionals that if they had made it in the open, they wouldn't otherwise be going to? One's like Brazil and one's like the other Australia one. and,
Well,
like the random
Brazil's
ones.
already filled up with whoever's going, right? Or do they?
I have literally no idea, but I'm
There's
just
a
asking.
few that are happening. Well, I guess 'cause you got an invite to Iceland, so
Iceland.
they are still inviting people.
Mm-hmm.
But the only ones that still have qualifiers to do are Rogue, Netherlands, French Throwdown, and Granite Games.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the thing. It's kind of funny because a lot of these competitions for the guys we're talking about, the people who were top names but didn't make it through the open, who are now, it's kind of a popularity contest because they just text the people and they get invites. You know what I mean? Like if Noah Olsen texts any sanctional, they're gonna give him an invite
Sure.
because they want him
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So like
Well,
that's what I mean.
But
Like
they're yeah.
because you were saying like, oh, there's only so many qualifiers left, but like he can probably go to whatever one he wants. He probably
Oh,
just
yeah.
texts the person and is like, hey, I'm Noah Olsen.
Yeah,
Boom.
that's just 'cause he's really fit, though. That's I mean, he's like PT said, he's proved. I have no problem with that. Like,
Yeah,
I
okay.
mean, look, if I was fitter,
Mhm.
I'd be able to do that too.
Right.
Like,
No, that's
you know, like,
fair.
Yeah.
if the way I look at it is like, yeah, it's if you ask, I'm sure if you ask Dave Castro this, he'd say the same thing, and he always says the same thing is like they're still coming away at the end of the day with the fittest person on earth
Mhm.
from the men and the women.
Yeah, Matt
you
and
know?
T are going to the games.
Yeah,
That's
and
all
like
that
if you
matters.
just tell yourself, if I was fitter, I could go
Mhm.
anywhere I wanted to,
Mhm.
then it's like, okay, yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
The test only matters if you have weaknesses.
Yeah.
And
Well,
s-
and I think that's a really good way to look at it. But I feel like you're one of the few that maybe can see it like that. I feel like a lot of people maybe in your situation are just stuck complaining. Like it's awesome that you're not, and that's a really like superior mindset, and that's gonna help you. But like I feel like a lot of athletes in your position might be like bitching and moaning about the things I just said.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no,
do you feel
I-
like do you agree?
And
like,
still hoping for that regionals, or still
Yeah.
hoping. Yeah, for sure.
like still stuck in the past.
But like I said, and it's always based on what we know and what we've experienced
Yeah,
before.
exactly.
You know,
Mhm.
so it's like
the new stuff
there's-
is going to be there's growing pains with it,
Mhm.
and it's
it's
gonna
just
take
not
getting
going to
used
be.
to.
It's just not the way it is. Like
Mhm.
people have to stop thinking. I have to stop thinking the way that we're not. It's not going to be the same games. It's not going to be the same test.
Mhm.
It's not going to be the same people who constantly make it to the games. There's
Mhm.
going to be a few maybe, but
Mhm.
there's going to be 130 new faces at the games this
Mhm.
year,
Mhm.
and now you're a games athlete in the new era.
And who
Um,
knows? Maybe they're gonna change up some rules for next year or whatever.
Mhm.
Who
You know what I would
knows?
love, man? I would
What?
love if you qualify through the Open, whether you're national champ. Actually, national champ, that'd be maybe a little bit harder. But if you qualify through the Open top 20, you have to show up to a sanctioned event and finish like top 10
Yeah.
Yeah.
to secure your spot.
Right.
You have to show that you're somewhat legit.
Yeah.
Somewhat like
on
that
like
I can
on a live stage.
yeah, like
Mhm.
I can go and compete against other people beside me,
Yeah.
you know, cuz
Not
the
just
problem
an
is that
open.
there's a lot of guys in that top
Mhm.
that we know that weren't able to do that,
Mhm.
you know, and maybe, you know, they're young and it was their first time at regionals or whatever, but I just still think that that's a very important part of the test and of
Yeah.
of like a games athlete.
Mhm.
You need to be able to perform
In any condition.
in any
Yeah.
in any condition, and
It's
not
not
in a
like-
retest, not on a
Yeah.
redo on Monday, not on a
Yeah.
redo on Sunday
in
and
your
Monday.
home gym with the perfect conditions. with
Yeah.
the-
And like
I
I'm not
agree
gonna
with that.
I'm not
Your
complaining against
barbell.
people who retest workouts because I
Mhm.
retested 4 out of the 5 workouts this year, but
If it's the
that's
only
part of
time.
the open.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But at regionals, it's a totally different story.
Yeah.
You know,
You get
so
one shot.
yeah,
Yeah.
one opportunity. But then
Spaghetti.
yeah, then again, it's not the same thing anymore. Maybe we get to maybe we get to the games this year, and it's just like a completely different test. I don't know.
Did they? I haven't read the rule book because I mean I don't really care yet. But did they put anything in about like the knockout stages and like how they're gonna do that in the first
No.
couple
I
days?
think they've put that in the rule book.
No.
Because there's the thing with the knockouts is there's never any rules about that. Like they in years past at the regionals, at the games, there's always, except for the last couple years maybe, there've always been cutoffs at certain points.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
when you went, there was a cutoff on the last day.
Oh yeah, so heartbreaking.
Like he was the he was the last one to get cut.
Oh really?
Dave
And
after
they were really good workouts too for him. at
Oh
the
my
end.
God, they would've been
double
so
grace,
cool.
yeah.
And it was like
Double-
Sunday morning. It's like, hey, we're cutting to 30 after
And it
this
was like a
workout, and I
really-
finished dead last on Sunday morning in a GHD handstand walking
Oh, yeah.
workout.
Yeah. Like
So-
that's it. Like he just announces they're cutting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so there's no real rules about it.
That's
Like
true.
I'm sure he could just do whatever he wants, you know?
Do you guys still follow Dave Castro on Instagram?
Yep.
He made his account private, and I stopped following him, and then I can't see it again. But does he post about CrossFit at all anymore? Like like CrossFit games?
Yeah, he posted at the he posts
He's at
like
the ranch a
Matt
lot.
Fraser won this workout. Like
Yeah.
all the winners of the open workouts, he's been posting about them and saying like
He hasn't been doing any of his open clues or anything like that, though.
no,
right?
no.
No.
He
So
posted
weird,
like
man.
a big
It's the old era.
19.5.
So weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He put like a big
Remember when he used to post
19.5
pictures of
throwdown.
like books and statues and shit?
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
people would like go back after the workout actually was announced and try to figure out what it
Yeah.
actually meant.
I feel like there's just maybe maybe next year he's gonna do that. Maybe he's gonna bring it back after he.
You know, I think we missed the announcement. I missed the announcements.
Yeah, me too. Big
Yeah.
time. 19.5, like being there and stuff like
Yeah.
that was like flashback, because that was the only announcement that felt like the old announcements. And obviously that's because
Just 'cause- that's
Wadapalooza
'cause-
has billions of dollars, but like and they had basically the entire CrossFit media crew running
Exactly.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rory was there. and-
yeah,
I'm gonna be honest. I thought Wadapalooza totally fucked that up.
Really?
Yeah, dude, they didn't announce the workout until like 8:10.
That did it
like
did take
after
a while.
everyone announced it.
We all knew that.
Like-
That's one thing. Like we all knew the workout, and the way they announced it was like it was anticlimactic. 'cause-
totally anticlimactic.
except for the people there, because everyone knew the workout.
Yeah.
It would have been really cool
Yeah, I
if
was-
they were the first ones to announce.
I was
Yeah,
about to say, like,
it was-
you're right, because I didn't watch
and,
it.
Yeah.
and then at the bottom,
There.
before they even started announcing it, at the bottom of the screen, the workout pops up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, oh, there it is.
Yeah.
I think probably that was like also them just like not giving a flying, because they thought that everyone would just be watching theirs. Maybe, I don't know, or maybe they.
Well,
maybe
when
they
they
dropped
the
ball
thing
on it.
is when they
Well-
weren't announcing it, I flipped back.
Yeah.
Like people, it's easy to just flip back and forth.
Mhm.
I flipped to one, and then they're announcing the workout, so I start watching that.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And
Everyone
then-
just wanted to know
Yeah,
what the
that's-
workout was.
But as far as like the production goes,
Oh my God, the production was
Yeah, that was,
obviously
like, that was
amazing.
what we were used to. So it'll be, and what I think will start happening, hopefully, is that like, Loud and Live, who owns Wadapalooza and West Coast Classic, maybe they'll host 3 of the next 5 announcements next year. You know what I mean? And like these companies that can put on these top tier productions will start to get the preference to have it. Maybe we won't see 3 to 4 announcements every week. We'll just have one really, really good announcement.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think it could go either way.
Yeah.
It could go one way is like these, like what you just said, these companies have the resources to put on a big announcement,
Mhm.
and CrossFit doesn't want to have anything to do with like the money side of
Yeah.
of that, or they'll just continue being like, let's let the community take control. Like we hosted an announcement. Like that would have literally never happened in a million years if they continued to do it the way that they did before. Reza would have never done that. So I'm just saying that the opportunity for an affiliate to come in and put together a really cool announcement like that is unique, and I think it's amazing.
Well, it's a perfect segue. Let's start talking about that, our announcement. First off, I guess based off what we were just talking about, like, why did you guys decide to do it? What was the value you saw from it? And, like, would you do it again based off what happened?
How it all happened. Let's
start
how it all happened.
First question.
How it all happened.
So it's very simple.
Pat, right?
Yeah, it's Vellner. Vellner messaged me, and he's like, let's, I was on the...
They wanted him to do one.
Yeah, so Justin Berg called Vellner and said, we want you to do an open announcement, and we'd like to do one in Canada. And Vellner was basically he's the guy who said, let's do it at NCR. He thought that, we had the infrastructure and the resources to make it happen. And he just threw our name out there. So called him and we chatted. And from what I understood, like the CrossFit Games wanted affiliates, like they didn't necessarily want it all to be about the elite athletes. They wanted it to be a little bit more community based and
which makes sense.
Yeah, which makes sense. Yeah, exactly. So we turned it into, I invited Craig Kenny and Tim and obviously Vellner was there, but we had, an extra heat at the end of our ladies throwing down. That wasn't on the broadcast, but we did it here. It was on our live feed. Anyway, so then we just went back and forth with the CrossFit Games, and what we realized right off the bat was that we were super excited to host an announcement. Obviously, we're like, hey, awesome, this is great. But then we realized quickly that we were kind of in charge of all of it.
Yeah. A little bit, maybe over
Yeah. So originally we were like, okay, this is way over our heads. What are we doing? Tried to get you to help us, but you had no idea what to do either. So it was just like
whole different animal.
Yeah, and then we went through like the whole, we don't want to pay for any of this. Let's do it as low budget as possible. Let's do it with iPhones. We watched other announcements and we're like, okay, we have to, make it somewhat of a production. But the whole time we always knew that we wanted to make it as simple as possible. So we always said, people want to know the workout and people want to see Pat Vellner do the workout. So we would watch the other announcements and like,
a lot of theatrics.
A lot of theatrics, a lot of lights, a lot of pre-show, a lot of post-show, and a lot of, dragging the announcement on. But no, like 19.4 is, Rez is going to say it, boom. And then 3 minutes later, we're going to do the workout. And that was the whole plan. It was like, be ready to do the workout shortly after you find out the workout. And that's what I think was really cool. Luckily, it was a workout that we could kind of just do without really warming up
too much. Yeah.
But that was pretty much it. That's how it all happened. And we actually reached out to a bunch of people. Like we talked to our contacts at CTV. We talked to our we have a member here, Steve LaSalle, who works for kind of an events company. We talked to him, and that's who ended up coming in and helping us out and putting the production together.
Broadcast team with like professional videographers and stuff, and it was
so
nice.
Let's pick that apart then. So like with what it turned into for you guys, like did you ever get to a point where you're like, why did we say yes to this? Like this is becoming such a stressor for us.
Having done it and figured out what we need to do, I would do it again in a second. Because it would be way easier to organize.
Yeah,
and we
could do a better job.
Yeah, we do a better job. Like we didn't know. We literally had no idea what we were getting ourselves into and how to make it happen. But now it's not that bad now that we've done it once.
Yeah.
Okay. But it did involve obviously a lot of
There's just a lot of just because of the research part.
Yeah.
Like finding out what to do was the hardest part.
Yeah.
But once you actually found that out, it wasn't that bad.
So what?
And it was an expense.
Yeah.
Like,
well, exactly.
Yeah. So it was.
That's.
We had to pay for it. I mean,
Do you think that's fair if they're trying to move toward, like, how's that fair for an affiliate?
It's not necessarily a matter of fair. It's like basically if they want to do it that way, then it's just going to be like offer it out, and some affiliates can afford it and do it, and some affiliates can't. So it's like they have 15,000 affiliates worldwide. So it's basically like,
someone's going to want to do it.
Yeah, it's like you put your membership at $500 a pop, and you say like, hey, if you want to pay for it, come and do it. You know, so.
Was there a sponsor for that open workout?
Yeah, there was. It was Zevia.
Yeah. And that didn't have any impact on us?
Unfortunately, we didn't get anything from that. No. No, which is
where'd the money go?
You know,
I don't know whether all that
no idea
stuff is.
No idea. We were told
sponsor. We were supposed to say that Zevia was the sponsor, and that was really all the directive. We
were given a few things on what to put on camera. You know, what we could and couldn't do, basically, or suggestions.
Don't walk out with a loquat can.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it was mostly like do what you want.
Right.
Which is sweet.
So I mean, like I see from my end, and I think I know what you guys are gonna say, but to hear it from your mouths, like what was the value in this for you guys as affiliate owners? Why was there value, and what was it in hosting this?
The entire world gets to see our gym. Like I think now there's probably over 400,000 views on our Facebook video. So that's awesome. For the same reason, like we put out our vlogs, like, you know, because to draw attention to NCR, just to show the world how awesome it is here.
Yeah.
And honestly, for the members, like the members, it's fun to like throw down with these guys, but I work out with this guy every single day. Just to work out with him isn't the awesome part. It's like to get the whole crew together, and then to get the entire community here, and they realize that 400,000 people are going to watch this video, so they get excited about it. Everyone's cheering and going absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
You know,
it's totally, and that's exactly what I knew.
It's just the vibe.
It's good to hear it.
Like
we had 367 people here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is pretty
didn't
cool. No, it didn't feel packed at all.
It literally
felt empty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
we were so worried.
Yeah.
Man, we were so worried. Like, doors opened at 7. 6
cutoffs at 300 people.
6 p.m. for our members. Like, we were telling everyone to show up early because we're like, we're going to run out of space, but there was so much room.
Yeah.
So much room. But, like, and it's also like, you know, people were coming to just be part of the announcement. I think, you know, like, it's a big thing in our community. It's everyone's watching on the Thursday night. Everyone wants to know what the workout is.
Yeah.
And because we had a ton of people not from this gym who were here. And to us, like, you know, we just kept telling ourselves, like, let's put on a good show, and let's show everybody, you know, how awesome this community is and how awesome this gym is.
For Reza too, like, that's an honor to announce the workout to the entire world. Like, he was one of 3, or how many feeds were there? Were there 4 or 3 feeds? 3 feeds, I think. Anyway, he was one of like 3 or 4 people who literally told the entire world what the open workout was. And it's just cool from all the history behind Dave Castro announcing it, and everyone's like, you know, there's just some like mystique behind that position.
And he did a lot better than some people that announced.
Way better,
because he just said it.
Yeah.
He didn't try to make the guy do double unders in the wrong order.
That was But you got to think like that. It's nerve wracking. Like, talk to Rez. Like, he was nervous, and I get it. Other people like kind of messing up and fumbling their words or just not going according to plan, because, man, you think like, okay, I'm live in front of the entire world.
Dave Castro's book, he rehearses his open announcement to himself for like for every single day leading up to the announcement. He rehearses every little aspect of it. He's like, I'm going to turn this way and grab the rings, and I'm going to hold them in the air, and I'm going to wait 5 seconds. You know, like
those were so cringy though, man. Oh my god.
The thing is, like,
They're
only
great.
Dave
They're
could
just
do that,
unique.
you know. And
Yeah.
I think a couple people like tried to put their flavor
That's-
on it,
Yeah.
and it's just like,
It's
you're
so
not Dave
bad.
Castro.
No.
No, like
Like we got, yeah, you're right. Like we got used to his cringe, and
Yeah.
it was still cringy, but it wasn't.
and it was
like,
part
whatever.
of his persona. It was
Yeah,
part
yeah,
of it. Now
exactly.
it was, you know,
It
he
like
was
the
playing
right-
it up.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It
Yeah.
might have been a thing he was putting on. Who knows? But it was, yeah, to see people try to recreate it.
Yeah,
It was like, just be yourself, bro.
yeah. Just tell us the workout. But man, was that ever a blur? Eh? Like everything
Such a
was.
blur.
Oh my god, everything was said and done. It was like I woke up Friday morning, like what happened?
So I had to get on Jen was in Florida waiting for me, and I had
Place this
a
time of year.
flight the next day, like early morning. I had to wake up at like 4:30 a.m. I was the last one to leave the gym, 10 p.m. Thursday night, and I was so high on adrenaline, I could not sleep at all.
Yeah.
I couldn't barely sleep a wink. I went home, I lay in bed for a couple hours. I got up, I like had food, went back to bed, had a shower, went back to bed, like watched Sports Center for an hour. Like I couldn't for the life of me shut
Fall
my
asleep.
eyes because I was just so jacked up from that whole night.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
nervous waiting for the workout, and everything is just shaking, and you just go full blitz on the open workout late at night.
Yeah,
8
we
p.m.
rarely work out at that time.
Yeah, exactly. Rarely work at 8 p.m.
Did you pull some like Russia hacking the U.S. election shit? Because when we asked who was going to win the workout, 90% of the crowd said you. Everybody was on your side.
It's just the underdog effect, man. Everyone likes a good underdog.
I was like, how are everybody? It's so convincingly too. I was like, how did he?
There's
get
a lot
all
of team
this support?
compete out there.
That's what I'm
Team
thinking.
compete.
That's what I mean.
My
Like, what did you
intramural
pull
team,
here?
I planted them.
Did you buy off other
I
teams? Like,
planted my team compete.
The thing is, Vellner was an easy choice. So you know they're going for.
There's a couple Valners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. You
Oh,
beat Craig
you
though,
mean
right?
They were trying to. I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. And he beat me on the first part.
Mm.
So
But the second part's the only part that
So,
count. No
yeah.
part, no points for the
Yeah.
first part.
I'm
That's-
glad we
that's
didn't
what
have
I w-
19.3 as an announcement. That would have been brutal.
It would have
What
been
was that?
brutal to set it all up, and
Yeah.
then we would have cut out half. Then the gym
yeah,
would have been packed.
That would have been really
Yeah.
tough. Yeah.
I feel like this workout was perfect for an
Yeah.
announcement like
For
that.
us, yeah.
It was just like 2 sprints and
Yeah, especially
Yeah.
with our space and where the cameras were all set up. And
yeah.
everything. It
And
was-
where
That's
the
one
rig
thing
is.
that I think would have been really cool for 19.4 is if the first part was a scored event.
Yeah, I mean I attacked it like it was.
Yeah. Yeah. So did I.
Yeah.
But a lot
We
of
all
people, but
did.
a lot of people didn't,
I know.
and they
yeah.
still did really well.
Yeah.
do really well.
I feel
Yeah.
like if you go ham and are able to recover and still do well, I feel like you should be rewarded for that.
Yeah.
You know, so I thought it would have been cool if it
Like
was
Craig,
part A, part
Right
B,
before the workout, Craig's
2
like,
couplets.
"Hey, are we pacing this?" I'm like, "No, Craig. No pacing. Go for it." Like I distinctly remember being in the workout and like just wanting to win that first portion so bad.
Yeah.
Literally the only thing I did to slow myself down was I purposely, like I did power snatches from the very start
Mm-hmm.
instead of muscle. All you guys were muscling.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I
I'm gonna
did
save
2
my- I'm
power
gonna save my-
snatches, and then I realized everyone was muscling.
Yeah.
It's like, all right,
I
fuck
held
this.
back. I held back.
I can muscle this if you guys want.
That's
I
hilarious.
think I maybe should have muscled it, but anyway.
So what's next for you guys? What are you doing next?
I'm going to Iceland. I'm gonna do another sanctional.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do some of the online qualifiers, like for Rogue.
Mm-hmm.
Might do Lowlands.
Yep. I'm gonna try. I think I'm gonna do them all.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just gonna do them all. I feel like I don't know. I just trained all year. I'm fit.
You want
I
something
feel
else
really
to
fit
do
right now.
probably
Just
too, right?
just do them all.
Because every year before you had regionals, like
Yeah,
you need
but
another
these
competition.
qualifiers, man, are happening now. Like they're like in a week is the Rogue one, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
right after
For
that,
sure.
a day after is the next one. Yeah, it's just like I feel it's interesting. By the end of the Open, like I feel well
tighten the
rested.
mic stand.
I feel almost well rested. The last 2 weeks, I haven't worked out that much except for the Open workouts.
Yeah.
That's true.
And
This feeling, it's the same every year. Like you finish the Open, you're like, okay, now it's time to finally train.
mm-hmm.
Mm.
Now we can get back to training, like for real, for
Mhm.
regionals.
Mm-hmm.
So now, you know, it's like I want to have that feeling still.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like you guys probably want something else because
Mhm.
you're not used to stopping at this point.
Yeah. I'm basically going to go down the leaderboard after the cutoff line for the females and just start messaging some of these girls.
Yeah.
Trying to get a team going for something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's a good idea.
I mean, I just think for you guys too, like, it's just probably so much fun to go to these sanctioned events, you know,
Yeah,
like
it is
the
fun.
ones that you can. Like,
Dude,
obviously, you probably have to.
Competing is fun.
Yeah.
In general. Like,
And now you have so many more opportunities to, so you can just take the rest of the season and just like do
I'm
it.
also excited about October Open.
Yeah.
Yeah, like for whatever reason, like I know
Wow.
in October it's supposed to be even harder to go to the games out of it because it's going to be just national champions or whatever. I don't know. Who knows what they're going to do. But I still look at the Open as like, just because so many people do it, I still like to see my rank in the Open worldwide, and
Yeah.
I like to do as best I can in it. So I'm still excited for that. Only because also when you set your goals, typically after the Open, you're like, okay, all year I'm going to train this way. And it's just hard to maintain that for an entire year. Now it's like, I'm going to train this way. I do it for the whole summer, and then I get to test it in the Open in the October again.
The fact that it's in October is kind of cool. Because, like you're just saying, like it's going to make us train through the summer for real.
Exactly.
You know?
Like, and then after you get to celebrate with Christmas.
That's true. You can take time off over Christmas. That
Whereas
cool.
before,
you had to train.
You almost get excited to train all summer. You do. And then fall,
There's
you go
nothing,
hard. And then Christmas kind of fizzles out a little bit. Christmas is just like hard to keep momentum going.
Yeah.
Because it's just a long year for us.
October
It's like
might be a
dark.
good time. Might be a good time for the Open. The Open is like the feeling is like you love doing it when it's done. You know, when you're going through it, like I don't feel good on Friday morning. You know, I don't really like how I feel.
The nervous feeling.
The nervous feeling and like the stress ball and the, you know, the just everything. You know, you're sick to your stomach. You know, you're going to do the Open workout. You try and stay as calm as possible, but it just sucks. And when you finish it, if you do well, if you fuck the workout out, you'll be even more pissed. But when you do well, it's just like, why was I so stressed? Like, and that happens every single time.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is. So it's like now I know the feeling you have right now. It's like I can't wait for the Open again. But I know when the Open comes, I'll be like, why do I do this?
Yeah.
It's like I know I'm gonna go to Iceland. I'm gonna first event. I'm gonna be at the start line and be like, why the fuck am I here?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And then there'll be one running deadlift workout.
Yeah.
And after the workout, you'll be like, I'm quitting.
It's such a bad.
And then you'll win
man.
a workout and be like, I'm doing everything.
I'm so
But then
bipolar
the
in
whole
competition.
weekend's
You guys
over.
got to see that.
It's such a feeling of relief when it's over, but it's like it's not a relief.
Yeah.
It's not just relief. It's like satisfaction.
Yeah.
Too. You know, you did the whole thing.
Yeah. I make fun of people for being head cases in competition, but like I'm one of the worst. Just so up and down. So up and down.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Have any of the workouts come out for Iceland yet?
No.
No. What about athletes? Who's going?
I think Tim's gonna go. Tim's gonna go.
It's only like a month away now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Poor Tim. He was so close. He's
So
to
close,
the
man.
final line.
Poor dude.
I messaged him yesterday, and I'm like, "So,
Team?
do you want to go team?" Or he's like, "Wait till the dust settles."
Yeah.
I think if he qualifies, I don't know. You know, he might still want to go try a sanctioned event. I know, like Alex Smith is going. Bjorgvin might be competing. It's in his backyard. That's all I know for now. Oh no, there's like a lot of guys who qualified actually through the qualifier, like Straight Horner, like Ben Stoneberg.
European dudes.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's through the qualifier. There's a big list. Like Josh Gervais going. He qualified. Fucking thing.
We need to screw that thing a little tighter. Interesting. Are you gonna go to that one, Pete? Didn't you do the qualifier?
I did the qualifier, but it was like a week before the Open, so I wasn't taking it like
super seriously.
I wasn't taking it as seriously as the Open, which I think I probably have to do if I'm gonna try and make one of these things. So I did I did okay, but not that well. Not well enough to make it. I looked at my because I was curious. I looked at my placing in there, and I'm like, I think it's 30 that go or 50.
I don't know.
Anyway, I'm outside like a good chunk.
Closing thoughts on this year's Open? Talking for like an hour now.
Can't wait for the games.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see the games.
I'm
Yeah.
interested to see it.
Yeah. It's for me, like, it started off weird. Like, the Open started off with a weird feeling,
Mhm.
but it quickly just was just the normal Open.
The same, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Same.
we all had, like, leading up to the Open, we all had like an expectation of how it was going to be, maybe, or thought it was going to be.
Mhm.
And like, even leading up to the Open, it wasn't the same. Like, you didn't have the same anticipation.
No one knew it was here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, and then it was like, hey, next week it's the Open. What the hell, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But then as soon as it started, it was just like all is forgotten, and
Yeah.
it's just like
Mhm.
it's just the normal thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
I'm like, one thing I love about the Open is, I mean, obviously it sucks to not do well in workouts, but I'm very goal oriented in my training, and
Right.
I know that I'm always motivated if I have something specific to work on. So like, I did really shitty in the week 3, so I'm gonna really focus on handstand push-ups, and I'm excited about that.
Mhm.
Like, I'm excited to go in there and train and have like a goal to get better at my overhead pressing. You know, it's just
Mhm.
like, it's just something to keep you motivated, and
Mhm.
it'll be who knows, if maybe hopefully there's more strict handstand push-ups in October, so I can
Mhm.
retest it.
There you go.
we do a lot of them in the NCR program.
Yeah, that's true.
True. Available now.
That's
Be on the
true, yeah.
whiteboard.
We did some today.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
Done.
Good chat, boys.
Thanks for listening.
Let's train.
Talk to you later. Like and subscribe.